What's going on, guys? This is Jacob with H.I.T with another video, and it's October 2nd, 2025. We just got off the boat yesterday. This is going to be kind of a 28-day recap. So, I was on the boat for 28 days. First 3 days we did a fast because the day I got on the boat, I ate like a hog and felt bad about myself, so I said, well, I'll just go on a 3-day fast and try to undo what I did on that first day coming to the boat. So did the 3-day fast. Learned a lot as far as when I'm hungry, how to stave off the hunger. So it was just water, and water with salt is what I was drinking, or coffee whenever I was doing the fast. So learned a lot about what the body can manage or handle, I guess you could say, during that 3 days. And I know some people, they do more than that, but that 3 days was was enough for me to realize the benefits of it, just the discipline and the mindset that it takes to do it. And I felt really good coming out of it. There were some times where I felt kind of rough. I would get thirsty easy, a lot easier than what I normally would, even though I was drinking a lot of water. If I did any amount of physical activity, any kind of strenuous physical activity, I would get thirsty way faster. And then I finally broke the fast because I was hurting. My back was hurting, and I didn't know if it was from my job or if it was from the fast. I didn't know if maybe there was something going on internally. I had no idea. So I started looking up different things online. Like, maybe I thought it was my kidneys or something, and I thought, well, like, I mean, is it really worth it to go another couple of days if you think something might be going wrong with you internally, which it might not have been, might have been, I don't know. But I said, well, let me just go ahead and eat something. So I did, and so I came out of the fast and then went on about 1,500 calorie a day diet for the next 2 weeks. And so we leaned out completely. I was doing the physique checks there all the way up until maybe the 18th of September, but we had got down to 169 pounds and pretty much leaned out where I wanted to be. And then I noticed that I was getting weaker every time I went in the weight room. So when you're eating in a deficit, you want to be able to maintain the weight that you're pushing, or reps with the same weight. You're not necessarily looking to go up because you're eating in a deficit, so you're not giving the body what it needs in order to gain muscle through your workouts. So I noticed I was getting weaker every time I showed up in the gym. I couldn't do the same amount of weight. I was doing less, and so I decided that I was going to bump up my calories a little bit. And this is where everything kind of went south. So my plan was I was going to go from 1,500 to like 1,700. Well, I didn't. Instead, I went from 1,500 to whatever I wanted to eat. Whatever was in front of me is what I was going to eat. So I did that for about 3 days. And then I think I had like 3 good days after that where I went back down to my diet, and then went off the rails again. So what it came down to is I looked back on my calorie tracking app, and I did the fast for them first 3 days. And then where I really messed up, total, I think I had 8 days of overeating out of 28 days. So not to say that it completely wiped out all the progress that I had made, because if you start out at a lower weight, like 169 like I was, and you overeat like that, then you're going to gain however much weight you gain. and fat. So it's going to be, once you get done eating like that, then whatever it is, let's say it's 169 to, you gain 8 pounds, so 177. So obviously you start out at a lower weight and you eat like that, then once you get up to that 177, it's going to be less of a problem to try to get back down to the 169 versus if I would have been like 225 pounds whenever I started this diet, then and then overate like that, and then at the end of it I gained 7 or 8 pounds. I'd have had to go lose that 7 or 8 pounds to get back to 225, and then even when you get back to 225, you've still got, 55 pounds or 56 pounds to get down to where I was at 169. So I'm still very much, what I've got going on is very manageable right now. Yesterday I got off the boat. I ate real bad yesterday, ate bad the day before. So we're looking at a jump in weight for sure. We did, let's see, what did we do? So we weighed in one day, we were 186, I think. Then the next day we weighed in, this was just a few days ago, I made a video on it, but so it was 186 one day, then the next day it was like 170, 184 one day, and then the next day it was like 175 or something. So usually after a big eating day, like for instance today I weighed in at 185. So since I ate a lot yesterday, that's what I'm going to weigh today. Tomorrow I'll get a more accurate weight, and so we'll see what we are tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Friday, and we'll see where we're at. That should give us our actual weight. And I'm thinking if it was 175 the last time we weighed, I'm thinking maybe 178, something like that is very possible because of all I ate since that weigh in. And what that would represent would be a 9-pound weight gain since September 18th. So roughly 13 to 14 days. You're looking at about an 8-pound weight gain if I'm 177 or 178. If that's my actual weight. So I went from 169 to whatever tomorrow's weight's actually going to be, 178 or 177 is what I'm thinking. So even then, if it is that, or let's say it's even 180, then worst case scenario is 180. I figure if I can lose 2 pounds a week, it'll take me 5 weeks to get back down to 170. That's not that bad for all that I was eating. So it's not to say that you should do that, because you can, and then get back down to the weight fairly quickly and not have to do as much work as, say, going from 220 to 170. But where I'm at right now is very manageable. Now if I keep going along this same path, then it'll quickly get out of control, and won't be manageable, because it weighs a lot on your mind whenever you overeat like that, and you realize what you've done. You realize all the progress you've made over the past 6 months when I started this. So I started in April, it's October, it's been about 6 months, made all this progress, and then now I'm starting to mess up and go the other way with it. It weighs a lot on your mind mentally, but that's part of the game too, because I've had setbacks, but it'd just be like a day here or a day there. This was by far the biggest setback in the last 6 months. But from what I've learned in the past is a lot of it's mental. So when you do mess up, you can't allow yourself to go into a downward spiral mentally, because then that might trigger overeating again. So just kind of try to stay calm about it, stay level-headed, develop a plan, which is what I've done. So today, I ended up developing a diet plan for the next 28 days, which is what I was doing when I came out of the fast. When I came out of the fast, every night I would, before I went to bed, I would get on my phone and I would determine what all I was going to eat the next day. And it worked out tremendously well, because I didn't have to sit there and track calories as I was trying to eat something. I would have them already tracked and mapped out. And then I would just, in my head, I would go, okay, well, I just got to make it until this next meal, and here's what I'm going to eat. And then whenever I would have time, I would go ahead and meal prep it so that it would already be ready when I got to it. And so that worked out really well. And then, so that's what I learned about that, and that's what I'm going to implement this time. I'm going to try to include that in the video here, maybe at the end. I did some screenshots of what the diet's going to look like. It's going to be 1,700 calories, that's what we were eating last time we were home, and we weren't really gaining or losing weight. We were fluctuating a lot. It was only whenever, after I came out of the fast, I went down to 1,500 calories, and sometimes even below that. That's when I started really losing weight again. But we're going to start out at the 1,700, because since I've been eating as much as I have, that I should be able to eat 1,700 now and lose weight, a couple pounds a week or whatever. So we're going to try that out. It's going to be a lot of yogurt, fruits, vegetables. So basically, like for today, for breakfast, I had a yogurt, 2 yogurts. I had blueberries, blackberries, peaches, honey, and granola in the yogurt. For lunch, I'm going to have 4 eggs, 2 pieces of toast, 12 grams of honey. I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of the PB2 peanut butter. I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of sugar-free jelly. And there was something else I was going to have along with that I cannot remember. It was eggs and something else. But anyway, and then I'm going to have 2 salads a day. And each salad's going to have 8 ounces of chicken. So for each salad, it's going to be 8 ounces of chicken. It's going to be cucumbers. It's going to be jalapenos. It's going to be 200 grams of lettuce, which is a lot of lettuce. And then mustard and sriracha for the sauces. And that's going to be twice a day there. And then for snacks, it's going to be fruit. So grapes. I think I've got it set up where I'm going to be eating grapes and green apples, and then maybe one other type of fruit for snacks. And that's probably going to be right before I go to bed. But so there's been a lot of ups and downs over this last 28 days. Felt like I was at the top of the mountain whenever I was leaned all the way out, as far as aesthetically, how I looked. Really liked how I looked, but I was not doing it in the healthiest of way, because I was not maintaining strength. So I ended up overcompensating, and then now we're at where we're at now, where we have to try to get back down to that. And also, I found out so much about eating, really, because I've only had 1 or 2 days of major eating at a time prior to this, so not total, but like I'd go 1 or 2 days where I would not be good with my diet, and so uh, I didn't really see the effects. I guess I did a little bit because there's an immediate effect whenever you overeat like that on how your body feels. But I thought, well, it's just it's whatever. But since I've been overeating for multiple days over the past 2 weeks, I've really found out a lot about. So when I was eating just the fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, and I was staying within my diet, I felt good all the time. I mean, I would feel weak because I'm eating in a calorie deficit and hungry and stuff like that, but my body felt good when I would wake up. So I wake up, I feel really good. If I'm eating the fruits and vegetables and stuff, I can snack on fruit before I go to bed. I wake up, I feel great. Go to bed a lot easier. I don't feel so bloated. I don't feel inflammation all over my body. I wouldn't be groggy really or tired. My mind would be clear, but with the overeating, it's the complete opposite, which is weird that I know that now, but I'd continue to eat until I literally couldn't eat anymore, knowing what the result of it was going to be. So, I mean, just eating until I can't eat anymore, and then, so then now I'm bloated, I'm inflamed, feel horrible, wake up feeling horrible, groggy, mind's not clear, starting, stuff doesn't start fitting right, shirts and stuff like that. I mean, it's very clear what's going to take place if I keep going down this road, but I continue to do it, which is very interesting. But so I found out a lot about what your diet actually does for you. You can make it work for you, or it can work against you. So what else? So there's pretty well the whole food aspect of it, and we've gained some weight over the course of the trip. We've lost weight, leaned out, gained weight, so now we've developed a plan to try to get back down to where we were. Now, cardio, I was doing cardio about every day for a week or two that I didn't lift. Some form of running. So I'd usually do like 2 miles on the treadmill when I was on the boat, but then they stuck us on this really short run at work, and I quit doing the cardio. Didn't feel like it, so I just didn't do it. But the way we were ripping and running on tow, moving pumps around, pumping hoppers and barges out in void tanks and sweeping barges, and I mean, we was just out there. Most watches we were out there all watch, and we didn't get very much downtime, so I was always moving, getting a bunch of steps in each day. So I didn't feel too horrible about the cardio situation. However, doing all that is not the same as cardio, running or cycling, because even though you're moving around a lot, you're not pushing your cardiovascular system to the point where it forces itself to have to get better in order to not get so out of breath the next time you come in there to run 2 miles or whatever. So that's another thing where we're at, is with the overeating and not doing the cardio. Obviously I packed on a little more weight, so I'm sitting outside the gym right now, and so when I go in here in a few minutes, I'm really going to see the effects of the overeating and the not doing the cardio on just how much I'm not going to be able to run like I did just even 2 weeks ago. I'm sure I'm going to get out of breath fairly quickly and really not going to want to do it, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to shoot for 2 miles on the days that I don't lift. On the treadmill is what I'm going to shoot for. So we're going to shoot for that on the cardio. And weightlifting, let's see, last Saturday, so it's Thursday, so I believe it was last Saturday we did a leg day, and I didn't get the same weight or reps, or the same reps I did that I had got previously on a leg day. So I thought, well, okay, we've been ripping and running on this run that we're on, and so my body is just broke down. I just ain't got time to recover. I've not had good sleep, so I'm just going to take another day off and then maybe come back in on a Monday. So Saturday, I said I'll take Sunday off, come back Monday. Well, I didn't feel it Monday either. I knew that if I went in on Monday, that it would just be a waste of time. So here we are Thursday, and haven't lifted since Saturday. I think tomorrow I'm going to pick back up on it. That'll be, let's see, 5 days off. Maybe I'll be a little more rested up. Last night when I got home, I think I fell asleep around 8 or 9 o'clock and woke up at 7. Went right back to sleep until like 9:30 or 10 this morning. I've been sleeping all day. That's usually what I do when I get off the boat is I just sleep. At least that first day usually really resets me, even though I'm still feeling kind of groggy, probably from the overeating. But that first day, man, I get so much sleep, catch up on so much sleep. So tomorrow I should wake up feeling better, and so if I feel good and feel reset, I'll get back in the gym, and we'll just see what that's like. I mean, we'll see. You know what's going on there. I feel. I don't know if I'll be able to do the same weight and reps or not. I mean, maybe not. They say you can take a break and come back, and you could be just as strong. We'll see. It's going to be hard to tell. I definitely am seeing fat in places that it's kind of demoralizing, but we'll see what the strength factor is like. But I just wanted to get on here and give you guys kind of a recap. I don't think I've uploaded in the past couple of days. Just give you guys an idea of what took place over the last 28 days, and so we've got a little ways to go now to get back down to where we were, but we'll get there. Just got to keep a good mindset and stick with the plan, and not get too discouraged. And I'll have jiu-jitsu this time home, so that's going to probably whip me back into shape, because you have to have some good cardio to be in there rolling around like that. Otherwise, you're just going to get smashed because of lack of cardio, just from not being able to breathe. And when you can't breathe, you can't make decisions like you should be able to. If you got somebody smashing you and you can't make decisions, then you're no good. You're defeating yourself. So that's where we're at. Tomorrow we'll probably start doing the physique checks again. We were doing them every day there for 40 something days. Then we quit doing them when I got leaned out, and so I think we'll do it again starting tomorrow, and I'll have an official weight tomorrow. Whatever the weight is tomorrow, that's what we're gonna go with. I was 185 today, but that's not right because I had a big day yesterday at eating. It's gonna drop tomorrow, so whatever that weight is, that's what we're gonna work with, and goal will be get down to 170. Pretty simple. I was gonna have it set up. My plan was, whenever I first got leaned out to the 169, I said, well, when I bump the calories up a little bit, I'll stay between 170 to 175, have like a little buffer area or whatever. And then, the overeating came in, so that kind of went out the window. But I think we'll just set a goal of 170 and, see how long it takes us. If we weigh tomorrow and we're 178, let's say, at 2 pounds a week, I guess that's 4 weeks. So, and then if we're 180, then that'll be 5 weeks. And, if it is 185, what's that, 15 pounds? That's a little over 7 weeks at 2 pounds a week. So we're looking at no more than 7 weeks of work at the top end. At the bottom end, if we're 178, 4 weeks. Not bad. It's just gonna take some discipline, and it'll be kind of interesting or fun to do it again, I guess. At least we know what to do. We know how to do it, how to approach it. I know now, like for instance, last time we were home, I was eating the 1,700 calories and really struggling to lose weight. It'd be like a pound every 7 to 10 days or something, but then it'd go back up, and it was just really fluctuating. So I've learned since then that, if you stuck at a plateau like that, kind of refeed a little bit, go up a few hundred calories, get your stuff reset, and then you can drop back down. And then, I guess you could drop down to 1,500 and do that, but probably the best way to do it would be just to eat a little bit more and then get everything reset and then drop back down, start losing weight again. But we're learning a whole lot through this process, through this journey. I'm very thankful for you guys to have been with me through it. I noticed we've got over 180 subscribers on YouTube. TikTok is over 50. So very thankful to have people to come along with me on the journey, see the highs and the lows, and maybe we'll all gain some knowledge in some way, shape, or form. And so we're gonna do it again here. Learning lessons all the time. If I would have just stayed at the 170 and then added a few hundred calories, and bulked up like that, then I would have been in a lot better shape. But hey, you live and you learn. You got to look at it on a long-term scale. You can't think short-term. So that's where my head's at with it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. TikTok is HitStop, YouTube HitStop98. If you guys got any comments, put them in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Got any questions, put them down there. See if I can get to them and answer them. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.